Okay, I was watching Sherlock Holmes, the movie, and at one point Robert Downey Jr. says the Sphinx is part man, is part lion, part eagle, part ox, and part man. So immediately I thought, well, it's exactly the same as this: eagle, lion, ox, and man. See, he said the Sphinx has the body of a lion, the head of a man, the wings of an eagle, and the tail of an ox. Well, it represents this thing. It represents Ezekiel's will, and he said that the Sphinx actually is a dimensional gate. Well, it's exactly the same as Ezekiel's will, because this thing here, you remember the angels or the angels at the side had the head of a lion, ox, eagle, and a man. Exactly the same as the Sphinx. And the throne of glory, or the throne of God in the middle here, which is point zero, which is the dimensional gateway that God came through. So it's a dimensional gateway. That's what it creates. The same, I guess you could say, the same specifications, but in many different formats, even the same specification as your head. So it's really exactly, the Sphinx is this. The Sphinx is this. It's also Ezekiel's will. It's also this. It's this, and it's this. I mean, I would not have been able to tie that together had I not have watched that movie. And he was saying it's a dimension. The Sphinx is a dimensional gateway, and it happens to be um, in Giza, where the three pyramids are that depict the Orion Nebula and that point to Sirius. So what is this? I mean, many people say, that this was meant to be a lion. I don't necessarily believe that. I think the Sphinx is was specifically made to be what it is because it's just it's this here, just put in a different format. It's this. It's all of this, just put in a different format. It's just, I mean, I just found that very, very interesting, and I would not have been able to tie it together had not I watched that movie. But the really interesting thing is that it just goes to show what a load of crap it is when people say, I think anyway, when people say, well, that was originally something else, it was originally a lion, and they made it into they stuck a head on there. No, no, it was always meant to be what it is, except that the Sphinx in Cairo, I've seen that Sphinx too, and it's much smaller than you think it is, but it sits. It's strange because as you go to the pyramids, it sits almost like a guardian at the front of the pyramids. It's really interesting, and there it is all on its own, and it does not have wings. So I think originally it probably did have wings because it's it's part of the machine. It's part of this with the throne of glory in the middle. It's, what can I say? I don't think it was meant to be a line. I don't think it was a line and they later carved a head on there. No, I think it's exactly what it's meant to be, and that's how it was created. Um, anyway, I just found that incredibly interesting. This is this. This is this. It's Ezekiel's will. It's the machine that Jodie Foster went in and had that sort of like trip in. She sort of went through dimensional gates and portals and wormholes and all the rest of it. That is Ezekiel's will. Excuse me. And that's ultimate potential. It's point zero. It's the throne of glory, the throne of God, or it's a dimensional gate, I suppose you could say. And what was interesting, I was watching a video of Hiroshima 2012 earlier, and this guy said that at one point they said, you know what, the elites told the workers that the sun was God, and they believed it, and the elites believed that they knew that that wasn't the truth. They believed that God came through the sun, but there was a third understanding, and they said that they believed the step above that is that they believed that Sirius was God. Well, here's the thing. I think that what we think of as God is in every single one of us. So we are all everything that exists, you know? And so it doesn't just come from Sirius, it's everywhere. And so that energy could quite easily come through a dimensional gateway, or through your third eye, because that's what you kind of, because we are everything that exists, we're part of everything, which is not hive, it's just everything that exists. I don't know how else to put it. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on about that, but if I hadn't have watched that movie, I wouldn't have realised that the Sphinx was this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and our heads, and everything. Anyway, thank you for listening. Ciao.